Good morning, students. After understanding the concept of area vector and electric flux, now we are going to study the most important section of this part, that is Gauss's theorem. Now, this Gauss theorem, it is used to find electric field at a point due to a point charge or group of charges. मतलब अगर आपको एक सिंगल चार्ज दे रखा हो या ग्रुप ऑफ चार्जेस दे रखा हो, चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन गिवन हो, इन दैट केस अगर आप किसी भी पॉइंट पर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड करना चाहते हैं, देन यू कैन अप्लाई दिस थ्योरम. बट हाउ विल यू अप्लाई दिस थ्योरम? सो फॉर दैट it is compulsory to assume a closed hypothetical surface. The surface should be completely closed, and it is just the hypothetical surface. It means we will assume such surface in such a way that the point where we have to find electric field lies on this surface. The surface should be chosen in such a way that if you wish to find electric field at a point, then that point must lie on this surface, anywhere on this surface. Now, how can you choose a Gaussian surface? Surface may be a cube, cuboid, cylindrical or sphere. It means our content is related up to some symmetrical surfaces only. जो एक्सिस के अबाउट सिमेट्रिकल हों, सिर्फ उसी कंटेंट तक हम लिमिटेड हैं. Now, what is the statement of this law? According to this law, if you have assumed a Gaussian surface, then net outward flux, और आपको पता है आउटवर्ड फ्लक्स का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? द सरफेस इंटीग्रल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड over a closed surface. You have to choose outward flux through a closed surface in free space. It means medium is vacuum. It is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 times the net charge enclosed by that closed surface. उस closed surface ने कितना charge enclose किया है उसके algebraic sum के equal होगा. Now again start from this line. Net outward flux. This is the net outward flux. We have to take into consideration the value of flux which is moving in outward direction, and flux is always equal to E dot ds. Now we are taking this integration over closed surface. मैंने already बताया था flux through a open surface and flux through a closed surface. So if the surface is closed, then we will put this sign. This is just the simple integration, but this is the symbolic representation for closed surface integration. So it is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 times algebraic sum of the charges. Epsilon 0 is permittivity of free space. Now, अब ये जो पॉइंट्स हम यहाँ डिस्कस करेंगे, ये सिर्फ आपकी लर्निंग के लिए हैं. ध्यान रखें, एग्जाम में आपके माइंड में ये चीजें रहनी चाहिए. ये आपके बहुत सारे डाउट्स को क्लियर करेगा, इसलिए मैंने यहाँ लिखा है दिस इज द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग टू लर्न ओनली. ओके, you need not to write anything from this section in examination. Examinations में ये चीजें नहीं पूछी जाती हैं, आपको ये सब चीजें सिर्फ याद रखनी है. The first thing is Gauss law is applicable for any closed surface, whatever be its size or shape. The Gauss has not suggested any type of size or shape of the surface कि आपको closed surface किस वे में चूज करना है. हम सिमेट्रिकली ऐसी सरफेसेस चूज करते हैं फॉर सिंप्लिसिटी, जो सिमेट्रिकल हैं, क्यूब है, क्यूबॉइड है, सिलेंडर है, हम इस टाइप स्फेयर है, हम ऐसी सरफेसेस चूज करते हैं. अदरवाइज देयर इज नो सच रेस्ट्रिक्शन. सेकंड थिंग, हमने राइट साइड में लिखा है एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्जेस. द टर्म एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्जेस, it includes all those charges which are enclosed by the Gaussian surfaces located anywhere inside the surface. Now, इसका मीनिंग क्या है? For example, there is a continuous charge distribution over a wide range. आपके क्वेश्चन में गिवन है, पूरा एरिया दे रखा है कि एक सरफेस पर चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है, लेकिन आपने गॉसियन सरफेस को जब एज्यूम किया तो कुछ चार्ज ये गॉसियन सरफेस के अंदर एग्जिस्ट करता है एंड द few charge it reside outside the surface. तो जब आप एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्ज लेंगे तो किन चार्जेस को आप इंक्लूड करेंगे? So we will include all those charges which are enclosed by Gaussian surfaces. Gaussian surface के अंदर जितना चार्ज enclose है, उस surface तक जितना चार्ज enclose है, that must be included in this term algebraic sum of the charges. If the charge is outside, that is not included in this term algebraic sum of the charge. जो आउटसाइड चार्ज होगा गॉसियन सरफेस से बाहर जो चार्ज होगा वी विल नॉट इंक्लूड दैट टर्म इन दिस algebraic sum of the charges. Now, location of charges inside the surface, it doesn't matter. आपने कोई Gaussian surface ली है, Gaussian surface में चार्ज उस Gaussian surface के अंदर चार्ज कहाँ located है, it doesn't matter. And while taking algebraic sum, positive and negative sign are included while taking addition. तो ये चीज ध्यान रखेंगे, गॉसियन सरफेस जब आप लेते हैं उस गॉसियन सरफेस के अंदर चार्ज कितना इंक्लोज है, दैट इज टेकन इनटू कंसीडरेशन व्हाइल टेकिंग एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्जेस. इफ फ्यू चार्ज रिजाइड आउटसाइड द गॉसियन सरफेस, दैट इज नॉट इंक्लूडेड व्हाइल टेकिंग एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्जेस. दिस इज द राइट साइड ऑफ द एक्सप्रेशन एंड इट इज मेंशन्ड in this case also. If Gaussian surface is so chosen that few charges are inside surface and few charges are outside the Gaussian surface, then we will separately study left hand side term and right hand side term. A. Net outward flux or electric field which are in left hand side term. It is due to all the charges which are inside and outside the Gaussian surface. Obviously, the left hand side term is having two quantities. One is flux and second is electric field. So obviously every charge is the source of electric field. So whether it is inside the Gaussian surface or it is outside the Gaussian surface, all the charges are responsible for outward flux or electric field. तो लेफ्ट साइड की जो क्वांटिटीज हैं उसमें सभी चार्ज इंक्लूड होते हैं, whether it is inside the Gaussian surface or it is outside the Gaussian surface. But right side में थोड़ा सा doubt है. Right side contains algebraic sum of the charges. So this right hand side term is just due to total charge who are inside Gaussian surface. In algebraic sum of the charges, those charges are not included who are outside the Gaussian surface. Okay, so we will understand these two terms, or we will be able to clarify with some example also. So while studying the applications, I will again remind you these two topics A and B, the left hand side term and right hand side terms. That electric field, it is just because of all the charges, and algebraic sum of the charges, it is just because of the charges inside the Gaussian surface. Second thing, Gauss's law is based on inverse square dependency on distance. It means using using Coulomb's law you can derive Gauss law, or from Gauss law you can derive Kirchhoff's law. So Gauss law is based on inverse square dependency on distance. Now this is the proof of Gauss law for a spherical surface. What we will do, that we are having a charge Q at a point O. Okay, now we have to find out electric field at a point, this can be named as P. So this is the spherical surface and its radius is R. So obviously because of this charge Q, because this is positive in nature, so electric field is radially outward. Now this is small area element, so this area vector ds is also in same direction. So calculate small flux through this surface. बाकी सब simple theory है. What is the small flux through this surface? d phi is equal to E dot ds. Now E and ds, you can see both are in same direction. E and ds both are in same direction. So dot product can be expanded as E ds cos 0 degree. Same direction, angle 0 degree. Cos 0 becomes 1. So d phi E is equal to E ds. So what will be the total outward flux? Phi E, it is integration of E dot ds, and E dot ds is E ds. You can put E outside. So integration of ds is it means ds is the small surface area. So integration means total surface area. The total surface area of sphere is 4 pi a square. So integration of ds is 4 pi r square. So this is outward flux. Now using Coulomb's law, what is the value of electric field at distance r? It is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square, and the direction is radially outward. Substitute these two values. Again you can see phi E is E into 4 pi square. We will put the value of E as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square. So flux becomes 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square and 4 pi r square. This 4 pi r square, 4 pi r square cancel. What left? The left one is electric flux phi E, which is E dot ds. So it is equal to q upon epsilon 0. This is Gauss law in electrostatics. So this is the proof of Gauss law. Now come to the application part. There are three applications, and the first application is field due to an infinitely long straight uniformly charged wire. Now see this one. Now you can see this is infinitely long straight conductor wire. So electric field, it is radially outward. It is radially outward, and electric lines of force, they are parallel to each other because charge is uniformly distributed. Now we have to find out electric field at a point P which is at a distance r from this wire. इस वायर से r डिस्टेंस पर हमने एक पॉइंट P लिया है. अब ये P पॉइंट सराउंडिंग में कहीं भी हो सकता है. r डिस्टेंस यहाँ भी पॉसिबल है, r डिस्टेंस यहाँ भी पॉसिबल है, r डिस्टेंस यहाँ भी पॉसिबल है और r डिस्टेंस यहाँ भी पॉसिबल है. ओके, सो कंसीडर ए इनफाइनाइटली लॉन्ग स्ट्रेट कंडक्टर वायर with linear charge density lambda. What we will do? We will take a small length L of this wire. So if charge density is lambda, what is the charge on this length? So charge is equal to lambda into L. Now what will we do? हमें r distance पर electric field find करना है. So we will choose electric field, we will choose Gaussian surface in cylindrical form. You can see that this is Gaussian surface, and radius of this Gaussian surface is r and its length is L. Okay, so point P, it will lie anywhere on this Gaussian surface. वो इस Gaussian surface पर कहीं भी exist कर सकता है, because now radius of this Gaussian surface is r. Now there are three surfaces. The upper one, this is circular portion. Lower one, again this is circular portion, and the side one, this is curved surface. तो flux तीन जगह से पास हो सकता है. इस curved surface से पास हो सकता है, इस upper surface से पास हो सकता है, और ये lower surface से पास हो सकता है. So we will assume, or we will take three small elements. First small element ds1 on curved surface, a small element on upper surface as ds2, and a small area element ds3 on lower surface. Now mention the directions of electric field. Electric lines are parallel and straight, E, E and E. So from figure it is clear that here theta is 0 degree, here theta is 90 degree, here theta is 90 degree. So let us come to the point. For that, assume a Gaussian surface cylindrical of length L and radius R. This Gaussian surface have three surfaces, two circles and one curved surface. What is net outward flux? Net outward flux is E dot ds. So it is flux through first surface, flux through second surface and flux through third surface. First case में theta 0 degree है. In second and third case, theta is 90 degree. So flux will not pass through this surface as cos 90 becomes 0, cos 90 0. So इन दोनों का contribution क्या रहेगा? 0 रहेगा. So phi E is equal to E cos 0 1. So it is ds1. ds1 means स्मॉल एरिया एलिमेंट्स का इंटीग्रेशन, लेकिन किस सरफेस पर? फर्स्ट सरफेस पर. और फर्स्ट सरफेस कर्व्ड सरफेस है. कर्व्ड सरफेस का एरिया होता है 2 पाई आर एच. एच की जगह लेंथ है एल. सो इट इज 2 पाई आर एल. ओके, सो दिस इज इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स. नाउ अप्लाई गॉस थ्योरम. अकॉर्डिंग टू गॉस थ्योरम, electric flux is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 time algebraic sum of the charge. Electric flux, its value is E 2 pi RL. 1 upon epsilon 0 is as it is. Algebraic sum of the charge is lambda L. Now you can see this electric field is due to the entire charge, but algebraic sum of the charge is because of the charge enclosed by that Gaussian surface. It means सिलेंडर L लेंथ का है, उसने अंदर कितना चार्ज इनक्लोज किया है? वो लैम्डा L था. हमने आउटसाइड का चार्ज इंक्लूड नहीं किया है. सो यू कैन कैलकुलेट E as 1 upon epsilon 0 lambda L divided by 2 pi RL. Electric field is a vector quantity, so we will put a unit vector n cap. So you can multiply and divide by 2 just for symmetry, because 2 pi है, 2 से multiply कर देंगे, it will become 4 pi epsilon 0 and 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 की वैल्यू आपको पता है, so it will become symmetrical. So 2 से multiply और divide कर दिया, so it becomes 2 lambda. L से L cancel, so 2 lambda upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R n cap. n cap is the unit vector normal to the curved surface. क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड सिर्फ कर्व्ड सरफेस के अलोंग है, अपर और लोअर फेस पर नहीं है. सो n cap is unit vector normal to the curved surface. परपेंडिकुलर तो है, लेकिन परपेंडिकुलरली आउटवर्ड होगा या इनवर्ड होगा, इट विल डिपेंड ऑन नेचर ऑफ चार्ज. n cap is radially outward if charge on wire is positive, and n cap is radially inward if charge on wire is negative. इसको if कर लें, this is not is, this is if. So if charge, अगर चार्ज पॉजिटिव है तो रेडियली आउटवर्ड होगा, और अगर चार्ज नेगेटिव है तो ये रेडियली इनवर्ड होगा. नाउ फ्रॉम दिस एक्सप्रेशन, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू आर. इट मीन्स जैसे जैसे आप डिस्टेंस को इंक्रीज करेंगे, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल रिड्यूस. तो इनवर्स का आप ग्राफ भी बना सकते हैं. Now the next topic is electric field due to uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. This is thin sheet. Thin sheet का मतलब ये है कि अगर इस पर चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है, then this charge will contribute to the electric field on both side, in right hand side as well as in left hand side. So it is very thin sheet, but it is infinitely long. It is plane sheet. The charge density is uniform. So obviously we will not use linear charge density. Here we will use surface charge density. Now because of this sheet, we have to find out electric field at a point P which is at a distance R. अब इस शीट से R डिस्टेंस पर पॉइंट इस साइड में भी हो सकता है, और इससे R डिस्टेंस पर पॉइंट इस साइड में भी हो सकता है. इट मीन्स पॉइंट P में एग्जिस्ट ऑन आइदर ऑन लेफ्ट हैंड साइड और इन राइट हैंड साइड. सो वी विल चूज द गॉसियन सरफेस इन सच ए वे कि ये पॉइंट P कहीं भी एग्जिस्ट करे, द डिस्टेंस R रिमेन्स सेम. सो आई हैव चूजन ए सिलेंडर. यू कैन चूज ए क्यूबॉइड ऑल्सो. So the cylinder is so chosen that it is crossing the surface. Its length is R on right hand side as well as r in left hand side. It means total length of the cylinder is 2r. You can take area of cross section. ये जो सर्कल का जो एरिया है इसको आप a assume कर सकते हैं. The area of cross section, entire area of cross section is a. Okay. Now again the charge is uniform and closely placed. So electric field lines, they are straight and parallel. Again there are three surfaces, one curved circle, another circle and the curved surface. So this is a small area element ds1, the direction is all perpendicular to surface. A small area surface, a small surface element ds2, this is perpendicular to surface. A small surface element ds3 and it is also perpendicular to surface. Here electric field vector and area vector, they are in same direction. Here electric field vector and area vector, they are perpendicular to each other. Again here electric field vector and area vector, they are in same direction. Now you can see when this cylinder crosses the sheet, obviously it will enclose an area equal to its cross section, और इस एरिया में जितना भी चार्ज आएगा दैट चार्ज इज इनक्लोज्ड बाय दिस गॉसियन सरफेस. ये जो चार्ज है आउटसाइड, दिस इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, बट दिस चार्ज इज नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर व्हाइल वी आर टेकिंग एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्ज ऑन राइट हैंड साइड. राइट हैंड साइड में एल्जेब्रिक सम ऑफ द चार्ज लेते समय हमें सिर्फ यही चार्ज इंक्लूड करना है जो इस गॉसियन सरफेस ने अपने अंदर इनक्लोज किया है. ओके, नाउ कम टू द पॉइंट. Consider infinite plane sheet of charge having surface charge density sigma. Now, first of all about electric field intensity. Electric field intensity is directed perpendicularly outward on both side of sheet. Electric field एक side में नहीं, दोनों side पर है. Electric field density is same and uniform on both side of sheet. दोनों side में electric field की intensity same है और uniform है. Electric lines of force की बात करें, they are parallel and straight. Now, to find electric field due to this sheet at a distance r, let us assume a Gaussian surface. आप सिलेंडर ले सकते हैं, क्यूबॉइड ले सकते हैं, क्रॉसिंग द शीट as shown in figure. R distance may be on either side of sheet. R distance कहीं भी हो सकती है. So we are taking Gaussian surface in this manner. हमने जो हाफ पार्ट लेफ्ट साइड में, हाफ पार्ट राइट साइड में लिया है, वो इसीलिए लिया है क्योंकि R डिस्टेंस किसी भी साइड में पॉसिबल है. एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ऑफ सिलेंडर, इट इज A. एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन जिसे आप IR स्क्वायर कहते हैं, दैट इज A. सो व्हाट इज चार्ज इनक्लोज्ड इनसाइड सिलेंडर? अगर A एरिया को क्रॉस कर रहा है तो A एरिया में कितना चार्ज होगा? Q इज इक्वल टू सिग्मा इंटू A. दिस इज योर इक्वेशन नंबर 1. नेक्स्ट, नाउ कैलकुलेट as the previous one. We are calculating, as there are three surfaces of cylinder, hence we are calculating electric flux E dot ds, E dot ds1, E dot ds2, E dot ds3. For first surface I have told you theta is 0 degree, for second surface theta is 90 degree, for third surface again theta is 0 degree, because E ds3 they are in same direction, E ds1 they are in same direction, but E ds2 they are perpendicular to each other. So when theta is 90 degree it becomes 0. So first E ds1, second 0 and third E ds3. This is the area on first circle, its area is A. Area on second circle, it is A. So EA plus EA, it becomes 2 times EA. This is the net outward flux. Now apply Gauss theorem. According to Gauss theorem, electric flux is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 algebraic sum of the charge. So flux is 2 times EA, so it is 1 upon epsilon 0. What is charge enclosed? It is sigma A. A cancel, so electric field is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon 0. It is the magnitude, but if you wish to mention it in vector form, you will put a unit vector also. N cap is unit vector, it is perpendicular to sheet. So it must be clear to you that electric field due to infinite plane sheet of charge is independent of position, because R is not there. पोजीशन का कोई मैटर नहीं है, इसलिए ये R से इंडिपेंडेंट है. इट इज यूनिफॉर्म ऑन बोथ साइड. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस ड्यू टू प्लेन शीट remains everywhere straight, parallel and uniformly spaced. पैरेलल हैं तो ऑब्वियसली उनके पैरेलल लाइंस के बीच आपको पता है स्पेसिंग सेम होती है. दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव मेंशनड इट हियर दैट लाइंस आर यूनिफॉर्मली स्पेस्ड. So this is second application of Gauss law. And the last application is electric field due to uniformly charged spherical shell. Now we will start its third application, electric field due to uniformly charged spherical shell. Shell means a sphere who is hollow from inside. अंदर से वो hollow है, खोखला है, so that is known as shell. So consider a uniformly charged spherical shell of radius r. Obviously shell है, it will have its outer surface only, so we will use surface charge density sigma. If Q is amount of charge over it, what is the formula for surface charge density? It is charge per unit area. The area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. So sigma is equal to Q upon 4 pi r square. This is equation number 1. Now what you have to do? We have to find electric field at a distance r from center of sphere. अब आपको सेंटर ऑफ स्फीयर से r डिस्टेंस पर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड फाइंड करना है. नाउ व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ r? सो वी कैन से देयर आर थ्री केसेस. वन, r may be greater than radius, r may be equal to radius, or r may be less than radius. If r is greater than radius, it means point P is outside the sphere. If r is equal to r, it means point P is on the sphere. And if r is less than r, it means point P is inside the sphere. Now we will study all the three cases one by one. This is the diagram for first case. This is point O. This is a spherical shell and charge Q is distributed on this sphere. Radius of sphere is r. We are taking point P. This is point P and its distance is r. तो हम क्या करते हैं, r रेडियस का एक गॉसियन सरफेस लेते हैं, स्मॉल r रेडियस का. स्मॉल r रेडियस का हमने एक गॉसियन सरफेस लिया. नाउ दिस पॉइंट P इज ऑन दिस सरफेस. टेक ए स्मॉल एरिया एलिमेंट ds. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस चार्ज इट इज रेडियली आउटवर्ड, so E and ds they are in same direction. Now consider a Gaussian spherical surface of radius r. Here r is greater than r. So what is charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface? अब ये Gaussian surface है, इस Gaussian surface के अंदर आप बताएं कितना चार्ज आता है. तो ये सारा चार्ज Gaussian surface के inside है. So charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface is capital Q. Now electric field is radially outward. So calculate E dot ds. E dot ds, A dot B is AB cos theta. Theta is 0 degree, cos 0 is 1. So E ds. ds means 4 pi r square. This is area of sphere. Now apply Gauss theorem. Outward flux E dot ds, it is 1 upon epsilon 0, algebraic sum of the charge. E dot ds, it is E 4 pi r square. 1 upon epsilon 0 is as it is. What is algebraic sum of the charge? Algebraic sum of the charge is Q. Okay. Just find the value of electric field. Electric field is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon r square. Vector है तो n cap. N cap is the unit vector and this unit vector is perpendicular to Gaussian surface. For positive charge, n cap is radially outward. If for negative charge, n cap is radially इनवर्ड। इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की डायरेक्शन है, अगर आप पॉजिटिव चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है देन इट इज आउटवर्ड, और अगर ये नेगेटिव चार्ज है तो इनवर्ड होगा। ओके, बट मैग्नीट्यूड वाइज electric field is inversely proportional to square of the distance. It means electric field E decreases with increase in radius. Now what was the formula for charge density? से आप Q की वैल्यू बताएं। Q is sigma 4 pi r square from equation number 1. अगर मैं यहाँ Q की वैल्यू को सब्सटीट्यूट करता हूँ इस इक्वेशन नंबर 2 में, so electric field E 1/4 pi epsilon 0 sigma 4 pi r square divided by r square, then 4 pi cancel, what left? Electric field sigma upon epsilon 0 r square upon r square n cap. Again radius is constant, charge density is constant, epsilon 0 is also a constant, what left? Electric field is inversely proportional to r square. So we can express electric field in terms of charge by this formula, or you can express electric field in terms of surface charge density using formula number 3. Both are same. Now come to the case number 2. If r is equal to r, तो इक्वेशन नंबर 2 और 3 में जहां भी स्मॉल r है वहां कैपिटल R प्लेस कर दें। So E is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon r square. Now you can see, you cannot say that electric field is inversely proportional to r square because r is radius of a sphere and that is a constant quantity. So initially r was greater than r, now r is equal to r. So you can see this is the smallest distance. इसके बाद तो r की वैल्यू इंक्रीज, स्मॉल r की वैल्यू इंक्रीज ही होती है। सो अगर ये r की मिनिमम वैल्यू है, सो दिस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज कांस्टेंट एंड मैक्सिमम 1/4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon r square. मैंने मैक्सिमम क्यों कहा, आप इस एक्सप्रेशन को देखें। इस एक्सप्रेशन में स्मॉल r की वैल्यू क्या है, आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर स्मॉल r की वैल्यू रेडियस से ग्रेटर है। अगर ये रेडियस से ग्रेटर है तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू क्या होगी, स्मॉलर होगी, और यहाँ पर इट इज इक्वल टू रेडियस। सो दिस इज द स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू ऑफ r, स्मॉल r. So electric field is maximum. Again put the value of Q, 4 pi r square upon epsilon 0 r square cancel. So electric field is sigma upon epsilon 0 n cap. This is the value of electric field on the surface of a sphere. So we can say electric field on the surface of shell is maximum and constant. Now come to the last case, if r is less than r. Now again you can see this is a spherical shell, its radius is capital R, and this is point P, and this is Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface इस शेल के अंदर है। अब आपसे पूछा जाए इस Gaussian surface के अंदर कितना चार्ज इनक्लोज्ड है, चार्ज तो भाई Gaussian surface के बाहर है। So the charge outside the Gaussian surface is not taken into consideration. Charge enclosed by Gaussian surface inside the surface is taken into consideration. So you can see here charge enclosed by the surface, algebraic sum of the charge is 0. So electric field inside the shell E inside it is also equal to 0. So इस shell के अंदर electric field क्या होगा, 0 होगा. Now we will write, we will plot a graph. So this is center of a sphere, r is equal to r, this is the radius means boundary of the shell, और ये outside the shell है. So up to the boundary you can see electric field is 0. When r is equal to r, electric field is maximum, and when r is greater than r on either side, then electric field is inversely proportional to square of the distance. So this value of electric field decreases. Electric field is represented along y-axis and distance is represented along x-axis. Again we can summarize all three: E outside, E on the surface, and E inside. Directions are not mentioned here because directions are clear that for positive charge it is radially outward and for negative charge it is radially in world. Okay, so this is the completion of chapter number 1. The work what you have to do is कि आपको लास्ट में सबसे पहला काम यही करना है कि आप ES1 से लेकर ES7 तक जितना भी कंटेंट हमने किया है उन सभी के फॉर्मूलाज को आप मेंशन करेंगे ऑन ए पेज. Okay, in next class we will do some numerical problems from NCERT book. Have a good day.